Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I am not done testing, not by a long shot. There are still some tests that are failing, though there's a fair amount of them that are succeeding. So a couple of small issues came up and I was able to fix those rather quickly. There was one, I think on the mock model, was it? I think that was one of them no, not there. The type mock model. I believe that was the one. No, not there either. And the type reference model. Anyway, doesn't matter. There was a spot where I had an is record property and I never set it to is it a record. And so when I went through the record tests, it was showing up as being a class. So whatever, go figure. So the issues that I have run into have been pretty small except for a couple. And so I'm going to spend this episode going through what I can, and if I get all the tests to pass, great. If I don't, I'll just fix them later. But one of them I think I should at least be able to fix right now, hopefully, and that is the shim builder. What is happening when I run this test is it doesn't finish. It basically blows the stack. I get a stack overflow. And the reason why this is happening is I believe that before, when I would get the shims, they were just type symbol references. And so I would just get a list of them. And then only when I needed them did I say, hey, create me a mock information of them and get all the mockable properties, methods, whatever, and proceed forward with what I needed to do. Well, that doesn't work with the type mock model, because what happens is when I say, hey, turn the shims, which are type symbols, into mock models, they will in turn try to do this, which will in turn try to do this, which will in turn try, and it just blows the stack because it just keeps going. I think I need a way to say when I'm creating a type mock model, I need to say, is it a shim or not? And say yes or no. So like in the case here of shims, I need to say for each shim, create me a mock model, but don't resolve the shims, because this is a shim in and of itself. New drinking game. Every time I say the word shim, take a shot. But so I got to have something in here that does that. And in turn passes it into this to say, you don't need to make to resolve shims. Now I could do what I've been doing before, which is to say make an enumeration should resolve shims. And then you still have to find them. I'm not going to get rid of that. But here what I need to say is then, okay, now I don't pass that in yet, but I will. And then here is where I'm going to say bool should resolve shims. And this is where I'm going to say this.shims if should resolve shims. Then I'm going to say here false, because I'm doing it true, but now I need to say false. Else, and let's do this like that and like that. Else, we need to make a equatable array of shims are type mocks models. Nope. Okay, immutable array. Empty. There we go. So now, geez, I'll eventually get to all these eventually at some point. Okay, so now that should have broken at least one other spot. Oh, brother. Cool. It still should have broken a spot. Because in mock model, we should be saying in here, should resolve shims. But there's got to be one more spot. Yep, there we go. Took a second, but it found it. So here, when we're doing the rock create generator, yes, we do. So then we come into here and we say, okay, go through all this stuff. And yes, this will be true the first time. But then I come through here and I say, well, now I'm no longer going to resolve. I'm going to resolve them. I'm going to turn them into their own mock models. Oh, and I get the type. That's right. But that's really what I'm trying to go for here is a type mock model. But I'm no longer going to try to do this recursive thing. So now hopefully the test either passes or fails, but it doesn't just die. So let us see what this does. Okay, well, at least it didn't die. It failed. But at least it's trying to generate something here. So yeah, it's not really generating something that's good. That is for certain. So that just looks like a mix of a whole mess of stuff. Huh, well, that's cute. These have no namespace, so we shouldn't be creating a namespace here. And we should be getting right to the class, but we think we need to do a namespace. Okay, so it's sort of, kind of looks right, but not. We got to clear this up first. Why is it putting in a namespace? So if I go to mock builder version 3, so we should be making an internal class here, but who calls this? I'm just kind of going through like, what are my debugging skills? And we had wine with dinner tonight, so please show some mercy. Okay, so, oh yeah, I changed that. I made this always not null, but it could return an empty string if it's a global namespace or it doesn't have a namespace. So now we shouldn't be doing this. Let's see if I get any closer. Oops, I just realized something. Oopsie, got to do that down here too. Length is greater than 0. Okay, so yeah, just go run through and fail and let's do it again. Why are you dereference of it can't be? There's no way it could be. Yeah, shut up. Let's try this again. There's no way that that can actually be. Why? We assign it this. We pass it in there. Okay, so if the length is greater than 0, then we need to do that and that. Why would that suddenly change the nullable analysis? I don't know. That one's kind of weird. Well, let's see how far we get now. Still failed, but did we make anything better? Well, yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as it was. Let's just grab all that. So shims for the so that's 1. And that's it. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. And it did it right down here. That for a property, not for a method though. Yeah, and that it has to be that. So it's something when it's a method that when I'm creating the shim for, okay, so where would you be? Where are you hiding? Come on. So this is it's a method that returns something, but it's the mock method void builder. I think there's something in here. Wait, there's got to be something in here. EFI. Yeah, well, it's because I have it open. That's the tests. We don't care about that. This is the temp files. Yeah, that's not what I'm hoping for. I was hoping to see this dot. Let's close some stuff here because we have made progress. So where are we doing void builder? Well, this is a value builder. Not that it should matter. Pass parameters. Is there anything with shims in here? Okay, well, there we go. Okay, this shim for containing type flatten name, which I thought I took off because the containing type has a flatten name. So I could just change this to no and take the containing type stuff off because we're resolving them regardless. And then there was something else that failed up here, containing type. No. Come on, IntelliCode. You're being Intella stupid. Which is not what I want. Let's see if there's any other. Yeah. No, why are you... Whatever, and then it would be down here for following the same kind of... Now that's good. Okay, yay. Okay. So now let's go back here. What happens? Aborting, fine. So disappointed. I tabbed, come on. Let's find all the spots. Flat name, but you're going to be like, oh, you need to be that's a technical description there. Oh, the other two are right here. Okay, cool. So key containing type. Now, hopefully this doesn't break other things. But yeah. Oh, well, that would be, wait a minute. Why did that? Oh, because key is two things here. Fully qualified name and flat name. But what we want, this is one of the cases, we want to be, stop it, by containing type. And now this should be fully qualified name. No. And this should be flatten name because the key is what we're going to group on. That's actually one of my notes here is to look for the group bys because that's something I was doing and I wanted to fix. Okay, let's close this. Let's go to, where's that test? Shim builder. No, that's not what I was looking for. Save. Where's the shim builder? There we go. Run it. Hey, gotta do everything around here. Okay, is there anything else? Any other spots you want to pop in and tell me my code sucks? And it passes. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. And if I go down here, I thought there was another thing that was, I don't remember. But let's just say run the tests here. Hopefully this will say in the generators folder, all those things. I don't know if it's quite that smart, but I hope it just does the ones in the folder because that's all we want. Wow. Only one failed? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. Rocks test. Wow. It actually, only one is failing now. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I remember. This is one that I may not be able to finish and I'll just finish offline. But for some, I think this might be like just what you saw where I'm going to get to one point and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm not doing. And that's this. Somewhere with these projections, I'm forgetting the return value. And I think, yeah, this is where it gets a little squirrely because this is like maybe squinting at it, you know, staring at it, I don't know, that doesn't look quite right. But yeah, and those are wrong too. So it's not doing all the right things, but that's why we have tests. So first things first, why are we not doing these things? Because we should. So I believe if I go up to the builders and no, not the tests. If I go up here and I say mock builder current version, yeah, because we do the projections first and then we do our create expectations of that thing. Oh, that's right, because that's the old one. Okay, so somewhere in here, we're eventually going to say, we don't care about the tab string, but we are going to do delegate. I'm getting lost here. Delegate builder. Oh my God, stop switching. Stop. I believe, yeah, it's got to be one of these three things. The delegate builder, and I believe it is the delegate builder because, well, here's the callback. So we get the callback and then we get the return value. So I'm almost positive, I could be wrong, projected delegate builder is that. And then here we go with that. So let's kind of stare at things now. So the first thing we do is we say, if we have methods, then we look at the methods and we say where it requires a projected delegate and requires interface, no. We select the value, but we're already doing that. And then we say build the delegates. Explicit method groups, requires projected delegate. And we say group by, not that. And that's fine. Okay. And then we do type properties length, and then we say build the properties, although I don't think that's the problem right now. So we go to build delegates. Build delegate, I think is the same thing in here. It just goes through and says build delegate. And so we come up here and we say projected delegate on both of them. And then if the return type is ref-like, shoot. I think I just saw it. If the return type is ref-like, because I think this is a holdover from method model return type, but yeah, I must have it type is, and then I never set that. Yeah, I never set that. So what we want to say here, because we have set the return type above, is do that. And then where's return type is ref-like. Get rid of that. Now that should break this, but we want it to, because that's what's probably causing the problem. So, because I have an abundance of overconfidence in myself right now, where's the tests? Oh, that's right, because I wasn't. Let's bring that up. So what happens now? Is it a little bit better? Did we make things any goodly better? Or are we still kind of screwed? Oh, it passed. That was the only thing. That was the only thing. So now if I come back here and I say generators and I say run all the tests, would you look at that? One more. Let's say run all the tests here. Now, these, we'll see. They all pass. And the thing I was a little hesitant on was I was almost positive that the only things that have changed in here are these tests. The rest of the stuff and all the existing create generator stuff did not change. None of that changed. So those all should have worked. I was like, I really hope they still all work, because they should. But this is awesome, because now we have, for what we think are the generators with all the tests that I have in place, they're all doing V3. I'll go through all these again, but I'm almost positive I have changed them all to V3 now. And that is super exciting. Let's do a commit. Say 2112, all the create tests now pass for V3. Yay. That's cool. That's another big step. Okay, I actually think what I'm going to do now is just dive into the make, and I know, don't forget rock make. Yeah, we've now fixed this. I think I pretty much did all the to-dos that I want to do right now, but let's say get the rock make stuff working. And let's just take this off this list, because there really shouldn't be a reminder. We really want to have that up here. Okay. One other thing I thought of, and I might have said this in a previous video and I forgot, but the sorting of all of the equatable arrays is also something that might be a pain, a one-time pain that I have to go through, because all the code is coming out correctly in all this order. If I suddenly change it so that they're actually somehow going to be sorted by however it decides to sort them, all of these are going to just move all over the place. And it's just going to make all this generated code testing stuff a humongous pain in the butt to figure that out and to fix it. So I'm kind of thinking about that a little bit and going, maybe I don't change that. Though I really should take the one-time hit, and I should actually put this in here and say, I really need to sort all of the arrays except method parameters. So equatable works, though this is going to mess up all of the generator tests. But I think I need to do it. I think I really need to do this. One other last thing. This is something I think I realized before, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why did this not show up? What I mean by that is, if I go into parameters, I have all the parameters here. I have never done anything with generic type parameters, except like not here. I may be doing it when I get like the name, the method get name. I think that is where I am doing this. So, but I don't think I ever use type parameters at all. And I thought I would for sorting, which is kind of surprising. Actually, then that makes me believe that then the name here is what I should be sorting on, because that's truly the name of the method in all of its glory. If I go into this, yeah, we always say include generics, and we select all the type arguments. We put in generics here, self dot name. I don't know what extended name. I forget what I did that for, and then generics. But that doesn't actually give you the that works for whatever I'm doing it for here. But it definitely doesn't give you all of like the arguments, which is what we would need as well. We would need to have something like fully qualified name to actually do sorting on a method. To say, here's the name, here's the return value and its type, here are all the generics and their types, here are all the parameters and their types, and have that in place. So, but, or I might just say screw it and leave it the way it is, because I think all the ordering just, then I'm relying upon Roslyn. So it's a decision I will make for another time. But yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to do is do the makes, and then we can move on to the next step. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.